hello. Hi, can you hear me well? Yes? Okay, all good. So, welcome to this prenatal class. Today we have 25 minutes to energize your body again a little bit. So you might feel a bit low and tired. So with those postures, let's try to bring you some energy back into the body and into the mind. We start sitting, and you will need some blocks next to you. I forgot to bring some with me. So let me grab my blocks. Yes, and we start in a cross-legged posture. So with your legs crossed in front of you, if that's comfortable, and then placing a block or a cushion under the sit bones to elevate your hips a little bit. Sitting nice and tall. And allow the eyes to be closed. Make sure to have your chin slightly in to relax the neck. We're taking a moment here to arrive on our mat. Trying to find some peace of mind here. We are trying to leave all our thoughts outside of this practice. It doesn't mean that you're not thinking anymore. That would be impossible. But just try to leave the thoughts behind and focus on yourself for 25 minutes. Focusing on the sensations you feel in your body. And we start to pay more attention to the breath, breathing in and out through the nose. Try to breathe equally, meaning if you breathe in on the round of 4, then you do the same for your exhales. And you can place your hands onto the belly, just to build that connection with your little one. Sending your breath to your belly. Let's do that together. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Once more, we inhale fully for 4, 3, 2, 1. And release completely for 4, 3, 2, 1. One last time. Counting in your mind. Coming back to your natural rhythm. Noticing your belly rising as you breathe in. And falling down as you breathe out. And release your hands back onto your lap. Start to open the eyes gently. Arriving back And if you were sitting on a block or onto something, you might want to remove it for that next move. So you have your hands onto your knees and you're going to start moving the torso. So that torso is moving towards the left, all the way towards that left knee, opening towards the front, all the way towards the right knee, and rounding the spine towards the back. So try to breathe in as you come forward, breathing out as you go towards the back and you round the spine. Finding some nice circles here. And coming back to center, we're going to do that towards the opposite direction. So if you started on the left, now is the time to start towards the right. Keep on breathing as you move. And coming back to center. We're reaching the arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, hands down onto the floor. So, moving towards your tabletop position. Always an option to have a block in between your knees or a blanket under the knees. See how it feels. And here we're finding some movement in our hips. So going for some hip circles, moving forward all the way towards one side, all the way back and towards the other side. Bringing some awareness onto your hips and pelvic floor muscles as well. And then we change directions. And we come back to center in our tabletop position, removing the block if you had one here. We're gonna have the hands slightly forward and we're tucking the toes under to move towards our downward facing dog. So sending your hips high up. Your feet can be hip width distance or a little bit more than hip width distance depending on how you feel and the size of your belly as well. Try to explore for yourself, moving your legs one after the other, pressing your hands down, making sure you don't have too much weight onto your wrists. If that feels too much, you can always release the knees down onto the mat. But it's usually a quite good position when you're pregnant to create some space in the belly, release any tension in your uterus as well. So see how that feels. Breathing here. And from here we start walking the feet forward. They're coming in between your hands. If you have a block, place your hands onto the block, find a halfway up. You can do a fist with your hands as well to create some extra space. And you're looking down towards the mat, feeling that nice stretch at the back of your legs. One last round of breath here. And exhale to release. We're coming all the way up. Place your hands onto the lower back. Feel free to bend your legs and roll up towards your Tadasana position. So, breathing here. We are reaching the arms overhead. Inhale. Bring your hands together, palms touching. We're staying here, standing. We're just gonna bend the arms and sending your hands behind your head, like this. And you're breathing here, finding a nice opening in the front side of the body. And sending the arms up again, inhale. On your next exhale, we are folding forward and down from your hips. Inhale to find that flat back again with the support of your block. And on the exhale, we are sending the left leg back, finding a low lunge here. So you have your front knee aligned with the front ankle, and you're activating that back leg. We're gonna release the left knee down onto the mat. Feel free to use a blanket under the knee or to fold the mat. That's always nice. And from here, we're reaching the arms overhead. Take your time if you need to first place them onto that right leg. Then you can extend the arms overhead. So you feel your hips moving forward, but you're still in control. They're not sinking down, you're still engaging them. And from here, we're gonna find that same move. So hands together, place them behind your head. And you feel the opening in the front side of the body. You breathe. Send the arms up again, inhale. Take your time on your exhale to straighten that front leg. Maybe your toes are lifting up towards the ceiling, that's perfectly fine. You're looking down towards the mat. And from here, you're inhaling again, send the arms overhead. We're doing this once more, and exhale to send the arms and fingers towards the back of the room, feeling it at the back of that right leg. Inhale to reach the arms overhead. On the exhale, release both hands down. We're staying here. The right hand is coming on the inside of that right foot for a lizard position. So I'll give you several options here if you want to deepen the pose a little bit. Either you're using a block and releasing your forearms down onto the block, making sure both elbows are down on that block. So that's one option. Otherwise, if that feels okay, you can press the left hand down onto the floor or onto a block, reach the right arm up. And from there, again, check in with your body how it feels. You can start bending that left leg and grabbing the left foot with your right hand. Going to a deeper hip opener here, chest opener as well. If that feels too much, go back to the previous option. Always giving you options and alternatives. We breathe. One last round of breath. We release. That right hand is moving back onto the floor. If you had your forearms down, press your hands again onto the floor. And we're tucking the left toes under. Left knee is coming up. And you're gonna send that left foot forward with as many moves as you need on the outside of your left hand for your yogi squat. Moving from side to side. Really nice pose to create some space in your hips. Letting the baby go down and preparing for labor. So always the option to have a block under your sit bones here if that feels a bit too intense. From there, hands down onto the floor, press your hips up, move your feet slightly closer together, bend your legs, hands onto the lower back. We're rolling up towards our Tadasana position. So, feel your feet pressing down throughout the four corners, and inhale to reach the arms overhead. We're bringing the palms together. On your next exhale, bend the arms and send your hands behind the back. So engaging the deep abdominals here to protect the lower back. Want to make sure you're not arching too much. And we're reaching the arms up again. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale here. Exhale to fold forward. Feel free to bend your legs here. On an inhale, you're finding your half lift with blocks. Breathing here. And on the exhale, you release. From here, this time the right leg is going back. You're finding your low lunge. So again, you want to check that left ankle is aligned with the left knee. And then you can release the right knee down. Option to fold the mat or to use a blanket under the knee. With as many steps as you need, maybe placing your hands first onto your thigh. You are extending the arms overhead. Breathing. Feel your hips here. Try to engage them. You're letting them move forward and down, but still actively engaging them. And from here, bring your hands together and you start bending the arms. Reversed prayer position. We breathe. You can keep the back toes tucked for more balance here. Inhale to reach the arms up. Slowly, with control, start to straighten that front leg on an exhale, looking down, sending your arms towards the back of the room. Inhale to reach the arms overhead. Exhale to straighten that front leg. Inhale to reach the arms overhead. Last time, we straighten that front leg. We look down, long spine. And we reach the arms overhead. Inhale. Placing both hands back on the exhale. So, left hand on the inside of that left foot. So, relaxing the top of your back foot, right foot onto the floor. You're in your lizard pose, either staying here or grabbing your block and going a little deeper by releasing your forearms down, if that works for you. Or pressing the right hand down onto a block or onto the mat, reaching the left arm up. And either you're staying here or maybe you're going towards that back foot, trying to grab that foot and open the chest. You breathe. And slowly you release. Have your hands back onto the floor. Press them down. We're tucking the right toes under. Right knee is coming up. And this time we're stepping the left leg back towards our downward facing dog. On hands and knees. So from here, we release towards our child's pose. So have your big toes together and your knees widely apart, making some space for your belly and baby. And release your head down, maybe using a block here. See how it feels. And we can stay here like this, with the arms, forearms down onto the mat. Or maybe you want to bend the arms and bring your hands together at the back of your head for a little extra stretch here. We breathe. Releasing any tension in the shoulders. And you start to release. Lift your hips up so that they're on the same line as your knees. Then extend the arms forward for a melting heart. And again, option to have a block under the chest maybe, or under your forehead. Or maybe you don't need a block, that's also possible. So see what feels nicer. And again, depending on how you feel, maybe you can start bending the arms here as well, hands behind your head. Let your chest go down, creating a nice little hammock here for your baby. And slowly you start releasing, walking your hands back towards you, lifting the torso up. And here I'm assuming you have walls at your place. So we're gonna move towards the wall with a block. And you're gonna you're gonna be seated next to the wall. Sorry, the mic. So try to come as close as possible to the wall. And we're gonna lift, so bring the sit bones as close as possible to the wall. And you're gonna start lifting your legs up to against the wall. And if you want to add some extra support here, you can use the blocks. So placing it under the sacrum. So that means a bit lower than the lower back, really under the buttocks, to elevate yourself a little bit. And then releasing your feet against the wall, adjusting your spine and shoulders, making yourself comfortable here. Maybe you're closing the eyes. Maybe putting your hands onto the belly. Nice. And that's how this class is gonna end today. So feel free to stay here for a little while. And feel free to practice this pose every time you need it. It's really helping with sleeping better, relaxing the mind as well. You can stay here for a few more minutes, and I will leave you to it. Thank you for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day.